pals, welcome to my channel. My name is Julz and I'm a Scottish Highlander on a budget. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for watching yet another one of my videos. You know, I really do appreciate it. Today is Wednesday of the first week of April, so it's my day off. Normally my day is off Thursday, but I'm covering for somebody tomorrow, so I'll be working a full day. So I thought I'll just crack on and do the video now so that not all my videos are coming out at the weekend. Try and space them out a little bit. The views on my videos are down a little bit, and I think that is because I've just been clustering them all into like a weekend, and you know, people can't just watch them all weekend, you know, people have life. So I just totally bit my tongue there. Yeah, I thought I'd try and space them out a little bit. And a thank you to everybody that does watch my videos. I really do appreciate you guys. Tidy up a little bit here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my budget for next week, which is the second week of April. So I'm hoping you can see okay. The camera's a little bit higher than my head, so I'm kind of having to stretch up to see what's going on. So I hope you can see that. I might just, do I need to zoom you in a wee bit? There we are, see what you can see. Okay, so I have kind of quickly gone through this and what's predicted to come out and all the rest of it, and I have got a prediction that my rollover for the month will be 553.41. So that is from my wages, my mileage, any extra income that I got at the start of the month. So that is my rollover. I decided to, I said in my last video, I believe, that I'm going to take a wage from my Etsy business, so it's the end of the tax year, so I thought I'd bring some money into me personally for my time and, you know, profit basically. So I'm bringing £500, which is for the whole year. I have left some money in the account to obviously to keep building the business. Got obviously all the equipment, the printer, the laminator, all the card stock, all the laminate sheets, everything like that is all paid for by the business. None of it comes out of my personal budget, so there's still money in there. And obviously I've taken some money out for tax purposes to make sure that tax is okay. And then I've taken £500 as a wage. So although it seems a lot, it is for the whole year. So if you split it by 12, literally £41 a month. So yeah, but it's fine. From April now, I will probably monthly bring in a wage, just to keep it a bit, you know, more right, because I deliberately decided not to take a wage from Etsy to start the business, to make sure that I had the funds and to just make sure that nothing was coming out of my personal business, because I didn't know how, you know, busy my Etsy store would be. But you guys are amazing. You really are keeping me going. I'm getting more than enough sales, keeps me busy, and I'm really happy with that. So thank you to everybody that has ordered from me. I do have some more ideas to come out, but it's just getting the time to kind of make them and get them out and printed and get them to show you. So but over the next few months there will be some more things coming out. I still have one budget book left of this run, and I'm not sure whether to order any more, because I do think I will be changing this up ever so slightly for next year. I'm not sure yet, but if you think at some point between now and maybe say October you would be thinking about maybe purchasing one, let me know, because if I can get more than a few saying that they would like one, then I maybe just get another order put off, because yeah, I don't want to be left with any at the end of the year sort of thing if I do change it up. But yeah, no pressure if you don't want one. So yeah, so £500 is coming in from Etsy. I'm not planning using any sinking funds this week. I did get my nails done. I don't know if you can see, so I'm really happy with them. We just didn't know what I was going in with. We had a wee look together and that's what we decided on. So yeah, happy with that. A bit sort of spring kind of, I don't know, reminds me of sort of fruit and watermelon and kiwi and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, liking that. I am bringing 79p in from Etsy because I have to pay for my Apple storage, and that's the only thing that that's coming out of Etsy this week. I do have to pay off my printer, but I will do that I think there's 2 months, 10, 11, 12, yeah, 2 or 3 months left to pay on that, and then that'll be it. And then the only thing that will come out of Etsy will be the 79p for my Apple storage. I might end up just pulling that back into my own, you know, thing. But anyway, for the minute. So the bills to come out, 200 Club, which is my village raffle. Never won on it yet, but I keep paying into it. But I know it's for a good cause, because it is for activities in the summer for, you know, all the families and kids and everything in the village. So it's a little bit that helps them out. And obviously the Apple storage will come out. So that'll be £4.79. So I did the calculations up here. Sorry, I didn't. Already done them, so I just skip past that. I'll just double check it's right. So 105,420. So we'll deduct the £4.79 from the bills, which will leave us with 104,941. So as I said already, I'm not planning using any sinking funds, and I am going to plan on putting £10 over to Hyperjar to make a extra debt payment if I don't need the money at the end of the month. So we'll deduct the 10. Obviously I could have done that in my head, but 103,941. I am going to put £100 into my sinking funds, just because I'm going to use some of the money there that I've brought in. So I'm going to put £10 into car insurance. I've decided I'm going to get that to 550, and then I'm going to stop, so we're not far off that. Car tax is going to get 10. I can't remember how much I've got, not very much left to get that, and then these two are complete. And then what I'll do is I'll start on the birthdays with this money. Emergency fund isn't getting anything. I'm quite happy with that, just sitting at 1,000. I know a lot of people, emergency fund, contingency funds, they're all kind of like, everyone thinks of them differently. Some people like to think that, you know, they'd like to get so many months of all their bills and everything in there. Some people just want emergency for if like a washing machine or something breaks down. I suppose that's maybe what mine is for. It's for anything that if something breaks down unexpectedly. I have been in a position before where all of a sudden I was working one day, and then I got a text message to say that the company was no longer viable and not to come into work the next day. So I have been in the position where all of a sudden my money stopped, and obviously that was a struggle. So yes, that money would be there, but I don't want to look at getting months ahead of my bills, because if it came to it, then a lot of my bills would be cancelled. You know, I'd just cancel Sky, I would cancel, because I don't have any other family that I have to make sure that they're sort of provided for. So £1,000 for me is enough, because obviously I would have any of this money, like I would pull from weekend away, because if I don't have a job I'm not going to go away for a weekend. However, I would then just go and get another job, because for me there's no restrictions on my time. I can you know, I can work night shifts in a shop if necessarily, you know, like there's no restrictions on my time. So for me, £1,000 in my emergency fund is fine, and maybe at some point I might add it a bit more, but I just really want to make sure that all of my other things are funded, so that I'm not using money, you know, like I don't end up needing a pair of trainers and I've got nothing in my clothing fund, so then I have to take it from my emergency, if that makes sense. So that's how I'm kind of working my emergency. Everybody does it different. I see a lot of messages on Facebook and on Instagram and things like that saying, you know, how much should I have in my emergency? It's such a personal thing, and you know, at the end of the day, that's just a saving pot. It's not necessarily, I can use it for anything. It's my money. It's £1,000 of my money, and I can use it for whatever I like. But my aim is to have that £1,000 there for something that I haven't got the money for elsewhere, if that makes sense. Bank of Mum is getting 10. I'm still trying to build it up to 1,000. Again, that'll be sort of just for anything big that goes wrong with the car, or maybe even just to add to the deposit to get a better car at some point, that kind of thing. The £300 that I pay every month for my car repayment, when my car is actually paid off, I think it'll probably be paid off next June or July. When that is actually paid off, I will continue to pay that £300, even although I technically don't have to, because it's literally going into my family member will then just save it, and then at some point in time when I renew my car, that £300 will have gone into sort of like a deposit for my car. So again, this bank of mum, if I didn't have quite enough, say I needed, you know, I wanted to bring my bill down or whatever, just the way it's going to work. So the £1,000 there, and then once that's at £1,000, I'm then going to actually do a £300 car maintenance pot, and bank of mum will just sort of stay as it is. Vet fund's getting 5, it will always get 5 regardless. Every week for the rest of my doggie's life, she will get £5 put into the vet fund, because I don't have any insurance on her, because it may be that she needs nothing until she's maybe 13, 14, and then by that point the insurance won't cover age-related illnesses anyway, that kind of thing. So I'm as well just to save up all that money that I would be paying to an insurance every month myself, and then that way there's no deductions for using a company. I'm also in the position, whereas I have the emergency fund if anything was to go wrong with her while I'm saving, that I can pull from that money as well. So I wouldn't say don't get insurance for your animals. If you're not in a position to have some money set aside for them, definitely do get insurance, because they can cost a lot, and you never know what sort of eventualities might happen. You know, you just never know. They might jump off a piece of furniture and break their leg. You know, that needs sorted. But yeah, anyway, I'm not saying don't get insurance, but just for me, the position I'm in, this £5 a week is instead of insurance. House isn't getting anything at the minute, but I do want to kind of start maybe looking into the summer to get my flooring and things done. So I will maybe start putting a little bit into house and furniture the next wee while. Dog groom's going to get 5. She needs £45 by, I want to say, the 11th of May. So we're not too far off on that. Clothing this week isn't getting anything, and beauty's going to get 10, because I say I just got my nails done, so I want to replenish that in time for my next appointment, which is in 4 weeks. Weekend away is going to get 15. Now, as you know, my partner is going in for his op, so I will have a holiday for then, but I will not, we'll probably have a holiday maybe in the summertime, depending on how he's doing. Probably just go away for a few days, but this weekend away is actually going to be for I have 2 big birthdays coming up in my family towards the end of the year, and I know that one of them will probably be my dad's birthday, so we'll probably do something for him, and also my brother down in Glasgow, so we'll need to go down there. So yeah, so I'm going to start putting money away for those, and then I will get a holiday one if we decide that we're going to have a week away. So the weekend away, I'll try and put a little bit in overtime for the next little while anyway, to try and get that all together. Piper, she's still got £10 for her food, so she's not needing anything. She's okay for the moment. Gifts is going to get 10 again. 2 big birthdays, I'm going to try and get that pot up, and I do have what month are we in now? We've got my sister at the end of the month, and then nobody in May, and then June, no, my brother-in-law at the end of May. My sister and 2 of her children are in June. We've got one in July. Yeah, so we've got quite a few birthdays coming up, although we've got nothing major, but so I want to get the gifts up and organised for them. Treats has got 25 in, it's not going to get anything. Again, that's kind of for a Chinese set aside, just if we decide, that we want a Chinese, we've got the cash, because the Chinese only takes cash. But we had a Chinese the other week there. What was the reason? I think it was when I came back from my holiday. I couldn't be bothered cooking, and so we picked up a Chinese, but my partner actually paid for it. And yeah, I didn't really enjoy it. I don't know if it had because I'd been, when I was away with my mum, to an actual Chinese restaurant, and the flavours were just kind of fresher. I don't know, but I really didn't enjoy what I had, and it's the same sort of thing as I always pick. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed with that. Electric's going to get 10, as always. Need to keep the electric topped up, although I am using hardly any at the minute. Eating out's going to get 10, and gifting is going to get 5. Once I get my YouTube money paid towards the end of April, I'll take the gift money that's in gifting out as well, and everything that is there in the YouTube will, with the gifting, will then be donated to my niece in time for her final for her payment that she has to make in May for her going away. And Christmas at the minute isn't getting anything, but again, once I start doing finishing the car insurance, I've got obviously his birthday's in December, so between his birthday and Christmas we'll start to think about stuff, and it seems awfully early, but when you have a big family you do need to do quite early. So that was a long rambled of this little box, but that's where we're at. So £100 is going into my sinking funds, and that gives me 939.41. So I have actually been given a pay rise and an extra week's holiday. I don't know if that's just for the 1 year of a permanent thing, but an extra week's holiday this year anyway. But I've also lost my temporary position where I was getting paid a little bit extra for a day's work. I'm just not needed, the work's not there. So my wages, although they should technically go up, I think they'll possibly come down just a little bit again, which is a bit annoying, a bit infuriating, but what can you do? That's just how it is, that's how they're working it. Never ever been in a job where you're given a job to do for well over a year and then they decide, no, we don't want you to do that job anymore, we're going to deduct it again. Never ever had that happen before, so it's a bit of a kick in the teeth, but yeah, what can you do? You just have to go with it. I am looking for another position, and I have told my managers, which is why I'm saying it on here, but nothing's really come up. Because I live quite rurally, I have to be careful that I'm not travelling so far. You know, I could get a job in a village, but it's 45 minutes drive away, and then if I'm doing like an 8-hour shift plus 45 minutes at the start of my day and 45 minutes at the end of my day, it's a lot. So I want to be mindful of that as well. But yeah, I am looking for another position. So groceries this week is going to get 40. Fuel, I'm only going to give 50 because I haven't used much of my fuel from last week, and I've still got my money to put in from this week, which I will do tomorrow. So I'll pretty much have a full tank, so I think 50 will be more than enough. £5 into my spending, £5 into miscellaneous, and £5 into work spending, which means 105 is coming for my cash envelope. So that leaves me with 834.41. And then my monthly, again, it's a 4-week kind of financial month between the 27th and 27th for me for April. So I'm going to put £15 into my monthly challenge so that then I get the £50 completed, and I'm going to do my Rubik's Cube challenge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, when I do my budget with me, I'm going to decide how much I'm going to put in the Rubik's Cube challenge. The penny challenge and the unicorn challenge will just be changed from here. So yeah, let's do that. So I've got my challenge here, and I have changed up. I did originally have an envelope with the zipper. Oh no, that's not the right one. I did originally have this envelope with the zipper, but I like the aesthetic of all my envelopes being the same, so I made a new envelope for myself, and this is going to be available if you want it. Some people will probably use coins and things, so obviously that's not suitable for that, but it'll literally just be the folded card. And then I have, can you see there, red would be 5, yellow would be 10, purple would be 15, and blue will be 20. That's as far up as I want to budget for each week. And then, so if I roll a green, it's a free week, I don't have to put any money in at all. And if I roll pink, then I can pick which of the 4 I want to do. So I can do 5, 10, 15 or 20, or if I am having a bad week, I can pick to do the green if necessary. But I hope I wouldn't have to do that, but it's there, and so I think that'll be quite fun. I'm looking forward to it. And then I will colour in I think I'm going to colour in all the sides so that like I can complete a Rubik's Cube, because I've never done that before, rather than random ones for this time. And then if I do it again, I might do random ones. But so yeah, so that's why I've got the envelope, because it will be full notes that I'll be putting into it. I don't know how much it'll save, because obviously I could roll all 20s and then do the 9 20s and then end up having to colour in another one. So yeah, well, let's give it a bash. So we've got the dice. Wish me luck. Feels quite nervous doing this. So blue, typically. So we are going to be saving £20 in the Rubik's Cube challenge this week. So I'll do that in my cash stuffing, just so that you'll see me colouring it in when I put it in. But yeah, so we're going to have blue for our very first colour in the Rubik's Cube challenge. So that's exciting. So we're not going to budget for the penny because we don't know how much change we've got, and we're not going to budget for unicorn because we don't know how much change we've got. So £35 is what I'm budgeting for my challenge. So we'll deduct that from there, which is £799.41 left over. Going into the 3rd week of April, which is still at a good amount, obviously because I brought in that extra 500, so I'm not, you know, pushing myself too much. But we'll have our rollover is predicted to be 799.41. There we are. So that is it for today. It's very long and rambly, so I do appreciate it if you're still here. I am going to go off now and do my Etsy orders. I have got so many for the unicorn challenge, so thank you guys for that. I really do appreciate that. I have them here, so I've got like basically the little tracker. So you have like on one side you save 50 and £5, and on the other side, once you've saved up the one side, you would mark off and eventually save 250. So yeah, excited to get on with them. So I've got loads of orders for them. I've got, I said, 2 orders for budget books, so they'll get them out to you guys today. And yeah, 1 budget book left, so if you want that, you can either buy it on my Etsy or you can come directly to me and buy it. And if you do think you don't want one now, but you're maybe working through another book and you might want one at some other point before the end of the year, can you just let me know, just so that I can kind of gauge whether I might buy more or not. It's just quite a big outlay if I'm then going to have to discount them, which will then make me no money on them at all. So yeah, I'm humming and hawing. Part of me thinks yes, and then part of me thinks financially, is it a good thing to do or not? I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to go. This is very, very rambly. I do apologise. Thank you so much if you're still here. If you're waiting for an Etsy order, it will be in the post today. 100%. And I am also going to try and get my giveaway video done. Everything is just sat here right at the side of me, but it's trying to get time to do it and get it up and make it fun. So I've just noticed you can see all my rubbish over here. So anyhow, right, okay, take care of yourself, guys. Have a lovely Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of the week and up to the weekend, and I will catch up with you all very, very soon. Bye bye.